Welcome back to Bungo Stray Dogs. This is season 2, episode 3. Last time was really sad because maybe Oda, who was our main character for this flashback, he might be dead. He maybe did. What did he maybe do? What's that a reference to? If you know that what that's a reference to, I don't know. Comment it down below. Yeah, he might be dead. And I am really upset about it if that is the case, because he might be one of my favorite characters in the whole show so far. But I do think he was, he seems like he was going to die. He was given pretty heavy death flags from the start. But still, yeah, man, it's been a pretty, like, a really interesting, but like rough backstory so far. So let's jump into this episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And guess what? My Patreon account has the full-length reaction and early access. You can get next week's episode of Bungo Stray Dogs on my Patreon account right now. So go check that out. But let's jump into this Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2, Episode 3.
I remember.
It was raining.
It was raining. And where's part 3?
Part 2 of 3. Oh.
I've looked for it everywhere, but no luck.
That sucks.
Well, because the third installment is the worst of the worst.
Oh.
Best to be content with those chapters.
I can't do that.
That's so hard to
Why
do.
don't you write it then?
Me?
Make some fanfic.
My name is...
Okay. He's alive? Oda?
Good to see you awake, Odasaku.
Oh, okay, good.
He disappeared into the night with a group of soldiers dressed in black.
So we can take them out of the equation for the time being. Mimic is we've assigned Octagawa and other members of our combat division to deal with them. But we still don't...
He's one of your subordinates, right? I understand he has high offensive capabilities.
In time, I have no doubt he'll become the strongest member in the Mafia. But right now, he needs to be taught how to sheath his blade. Octagawa and some of my team were hit by a surprise attack at the art museum. They're probably still fighting.
Right.
What are you doing?
Getting ready to fight?
Going?
Didn't you just say we're hitting them with all we've got?
I didn't think you'd be excited about fighting, considering your stand against killing anybody. Why are you going then?
Responsibility?
I've acquired a lot of debts. If your guys are in trouble, I should help.
Aww. I love him so much.
You should forget those debts, Odasaku. After all, remembers what you owed them in the first place.
That's probably true. I mean, you've done enough for all these people. Oh, Octagawa. The music's cool. Well, it's easy for you to say. You've got fucking a jacket that eats people.
You may call me Jeed.
Jeed?
I am the leader of Mimic.
Yes, that's right.
He will never acknowledge.
First, a question. The ability you possess from the prison of original sin.
Why don't you find out?
Whoa! Oh, sick. This guy's cool. Nice, just some cool guns.
Are you able to read what I'll do next?
Or is he just experienced? Oh. Second time you've almost been shot in the face and... Oh! Genius! He's cool, man. I know Octagawa's not gonna die, so I'm not worried. Oh! Just perfectly shot his guns. Oda, you're a fucking badass. So good at being like a pacifist.
Hey,
nope.
What do you think you're doing? Put me down!
Just went in, saved him, and got out? Hell yeah. Ooh. Oh, shit! Octagawa's gonna kill you? Damn.
I've heard of you from Dazai as well.
He was gonna kill you.
Members, aren't you? Friends. Is that true?
Kinda.
That's not for me to say, and I never use that word lightly.
He told me I could never hope to defeat you in a million years.
This isn't the time for an argument.
He's saving you.
Why doesn't Dazai acknowledge me?
I don't know. It's not. That's not my trauma to carry.
But I have to bring you back.
Yeah, good.
A friend of mine has high hopes for you.
Okay, there you go. He did use the word friend.
Well, I can get you a discount with a local undertaker if you'd like.
You're just the person for the job.
God damn, really? Oh, he sees another one? Why did he see another one?
I haven't even made a move yet.
Because he can
What
see into the future as well.
I
So
saw a future where you would dodge to the right.
yeah.
So I proceeded
So he's
to adjust
adjusting.
my aim, but it would seem that you saw that future as well.
Yeah, they're
And
both
compensated
adjusting their
accordingly,
futures. That's
which I
cool.
also witnessed. I know it well because I have it too.
Hmm.
The predictive ability, which is why you are the only one who can kill me and end this war.
Interesting.
As a member of the Port Mafia, must be your greatest desire.
But he
Not
doesn't want to
interested.
kill.
You put yourself in a war zone.
I'm not interested in violence.
What?
The only
Life is nothing compared to the glory of death.
Damn, man. And then they adjust to that, and then he adjusts there. And then he adjusts. He can do this forever. He can do this forever. Oh my god!
What?
one overlooking the sea.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you write it then?
And then what? Write your book?
That's the only way you can keep
Write
that
your third
story
part?
as perfect as you've envisioned it.
Then I'll be able to become a writer.
Oh.
Take up a pen.
Is this really your answer?
That's right.
He's got a code. He lives by it. God damn! He's gonna shoot Akutagawa. Oh, fuck, Oda.
Stop this! A bulletproof vest.
Mm-hmm.
That
Still
pain
would have
is a
hurt like
privilege of
hell.
the living. I must make it apparent to you who we really are. Then you
He's a
will
cool
understand.
character.
I hope you'll look forward to it.
I think I just really like his design as well. He's like king in One Piece. Well, this is the intro. We're halfway through the episode. It's too late. That would have been a cool ending scene.
Looking for a place to die that they feel is worthy or something.
I see. How they die is something I hadn't considered.
Oh.
How long do you think
Is that
this
the start of
conflict
your
will
suicide
last?
fetish?
Mimics Army aside, that's just who I was thinking of.
I don't suppose that there's any way we could find him.
There is.
You serious?
We don't even have to look much further.
Why? Is he? Oh,
He's really here?
is he coming to
Of course,
regularly
where else?
scheduled meetings? Regularly scheduled hangouts? Hey, man.
Hey, I started without you.
What the fuck? He just came? That's great. He's like, well, I'm
You
showing
know,
up to our D&D
could've
sessions
given us a call.
regardless.
I didn't think I'd ever be able to come back here again.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to say, Ongo. Therefore, their primary purpose is to supervise our activity, as opposed to engaging us in a skirmish.
Right.
That's why they had an agent infiltrate our ranks in order to keep tabs on us.
Okay. Makes sense.
So, they decided to have you monitor Mimic as the Port Mafia's spy.
Right.
So in other words, you weren't a double agent, but
You were like a
actually
double
triple
spy.
agent.
Oh.
Do I have that right?
I guess, yeah. I just think... Yeah.
I understand that you and Jeed traded blows, Otasaku. Did
We
you
know a
happen
little
to
bit
get
about
a
him.
glimpse of his ability?
Yes.
I did.
But even the Port Mafia is going to have a difficult time dealing with a special ability like that.
Only Oda can do it, right?
Of course, that's only in the case that we don't consider
Or-
using a
or-
certain someone.
Or does
Both
I
of
can
us
do it,
can
probably.
only see
right?
into the near future. The outcome would most likely come down to our skills in combat.
The unknown variable. There's also the ability's singularity.
What singularity are you talking about?
When didn't something rather unusual happen to you?
What? Yeah. I remember.
When interacting with one another will become imbued with entirely new characteristics.
Cool.
Although these cases have proven to be quite rare.
Right.
You know, they knew what I was doing right now. It would cause a lot of problems.
I like this singularity idea. There's a lot of potential for it.
You think we're gonna let you walk out of here alive just like that?
Oh boy.
You're really gonna start a fight here?
But this is your hangout.
I thought that maybe if we met up like this again, things would go back to normal.
Yeah.
Back to how they were.
You need to get out of here before I change my mind.
Oh, okay. Go. Run.
Because anything I never want to lose is always lost.
Jeez.
This is how it...
When we all become free men, I want us to all come back here.
Ungo, just stop.
That's not gonna happen. There's a part of me that's like, I don't want Ungo to die. But also, didn't they say one of the three of us were gonna die? And if that's the case, if Ungo dies, maybe Oda survives. But no, I think Oda's gonna die. Got a bunch of snacks. Oh no! Shit! Are the kids okay? What the fuck? Did they get kidnapped? Did they get... Oh, they got kidnapped. Probably for ransom. Fuck. Oh, look at that expression on Oda's face. No! They're still here! Shoot out the fucking fuel. No, that might blow it up. Shoot out the tires. Oh shit! He did shoot out the fuel. I know he didn't, but oh my god. Jesus!
My throat felt raw. I couldn't breathe.
What the fuck?
Somewhere in the... Eventually, I realized the reason was because I was the one who was screaming.
Oh, oh that scream.
Why don't you write it then?
Oh. He loved them so much. Oh, fuck. Fuck, man. What a fucked up ending. Holy shit. Man, that was a great episode. It was also really fucking sad at the end. Man, you know what? Maybe Oda should have died last episode. It's so much harder to watch him lose the people that he cared about so much. These kids that he's taken care of, that he... Oh my god. Fucking hell, man. That's so dark. That was a great episode, though. It was really well done. I loved also the music. The use of music in this episode was great. There was some really great, like, music used in this episode. Some for one of the Akutagawa scenes, I remember there was some cool music. Even though it was funny that the intro was halfway through the episode, it was actually a cool intro drop. It just happened like 12 minutes into the episode, but it was cool. And then the music at the end as he's screaming was really well done. I'm such a sucker for music coming into the background and then it fades into the ending, into the credits. I'm such a sucker for that technique. I think that technique is so incredible. Way more shows should be doing it all the time. It's such an effective thing to like let you know, hey, this is the end of the episode, and like the emotions at the end are like transitioning you into the credits. I don't know why, but I think it's a really great technique that makes even like simple moments that, you know, maybe aren't that special overall feel so much more special, just because like I now remember it as the ending of an episode, because it doesn't just abruptly go from the ending of an episode to the credits. It's not like two separate scenes. It's like they're all one scene. I don't know why, but it really, really works for me. And I always remember like a TV show called, an anime called Chihaya Furu. If you don't know what it is, it's like a Karuta based anime. So it's an anime about an obscure poem game, right? And it's like a really beautiful show. I love that show so much. And I remember they would do it, especially in one particular, like I think in season 2, I think they had the best versions of it. And there are some scenes that I remember that I still to this day, like I don't remember a ton about the show to this day. Like it's been a long time since I've seen it, so a lot of it's faded from my mind. But like one of the main things that I remember is like a particular scene where it wasn't that special a moment, but it was like, I think it was like there was a character that was kind of vain from memory. I'm going really off of memory here. I think there was a character that was kind of vain, like she was a, you know, classic girly girl, and she had like long nails or whatever, and it was sort of like getting in the way of her character. Because the game, you have to sort of like hit cards out of the way, right? And so like her nails were actually probably making it harder from memory. Like, again, I might be making up half this scene in my head, but this is what I remember from it. And then at the end of one of the episodes, it shows her like clipping her nails, right? So it's like this moment like showing that she's like dedicated herself to it now. And it started the ED music as she was doing that, and then it fades into the ending. And like just that simple technique made that scene, like I still remember it, even though I don't remember a lot of what happened in the show. I still remember that just because they did that. So I love that they did it here, because this is an impactful moment, and I'm way more likely to remember it now because they started the music earlier. But I love this idea of, you know, he's got this premonition skill, but then he comes across someone who has the same premonition power. And like that's really fun and also terrifying, because like this guy can't be beaten unless Oda does it, but Oda doesn't want to kill people. But like now that these kids have died, maybe that's changed. Maybe he's fine with killing people now. But yeah, like that's so horrific. But I love the idea of the singularity, like the interactions between powers can like bring out new aspects of the powers. I love in power-based anime, because I like power-based things a lot. You know, I'm a big fan of My Hero Academia, but a lot of anime has like power systems in it. You know, One Piece, I'm wearing a One Piece fucking jumper right now, right? Power systems in One Piece are awesome. I really love seeing different power systems, and what I always really like is seeing the way different power systems do character like power evolutions. Now, this show doesn't seem like that sort of show necessarily. It doesn't feel like this show is as much about the powers. This show feels like a character drama, right? It just has superpowered characters in it, but it's a character drama at its heart. That's what it feels like to me, right? Whereas like MHA is like a lot of it is about the powers and their interaction with the world, and then it's still got fucking fantastic character work in my opinion in My Hero Academia. But it's like the starting point is the world building and the powers, and then they build the characters around that power stuff. This feels like there's characters and they build the powers around those characters. That's what it feels like to me instinctively. But I love seeing the way the different shows do like powers changing as time goes on, because a lot of the time it's really fun to see how, you know, like how you can make it so that the character at the start, their powers are like more interesting later in the story, you know, and you can have that growth. Sometimes it's just like you're training your powers to be better. Sometimes there are certain mechanics that are in place for it. So like if you're in something like Witch Hat Atelier, like that sort of thing, the power of the character grows because they learn more spells, right? That's the thing about it. In something that I'm fucking loving right now, which is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, I'm partway through book 2 of Dungeon Crawler Carl right now, and I'm loving these books. These books are incredible, and in this series, it's like a video game. So it's like the characters will get more powerful because they're getting new items in their inventory, they're getting new gear, they're getting new skills that they can use in battles and stuff. So that's how these characters are getting more powerful and changing as it goes on. sometimes, like in shows like My Hero Academia, it's like the powers have awakenings. One Piece also has like powers that have awakenings, right? But then there's also like Luffy specifically, who like he creates new techniques to use and calls them the different gears, you know, gear 2, gear 3, etc. And so yeah, there's like ways that it evolves through that. In this, there might be other ways that the powers evolve, but like one such way that they seem to say is that there's singularities, and it's very rare, but sometimes the way that two different powers interact with one another creates like new aspects of that power. That's really cool, and it makes a lot of sense in a way, because the powers are like they're magic. You know, this isn't science, this is magic. So it's like they were saying how the premonition stuff is like omniscient. It's working on levels of the universe that we're not on. You know, this isn't like if someone just clicks their fingers and like their fingers light on fire, right? Like we can do that with technology. We can do that with a match. We can't check into the future without powers, you know? That's just not something we're able to do. So powers are working on like a level outside of time. And like these powers are incredibly insane. And it makes sense that like if there's two of these powers and they're colliding with each other, they're being like, okay, this premonition power is going to counter this one. But hang on, then this one counters this one, but then this one counters this one. So to stop it from being locked forever, one or both of them have to evolve so that at the very least they can spar. At the very least they can do something against each other, you know? Like if you had two AI that you had trained to like finish this game of rock, paper, scissors, and they both only knew how to do rock, and they just go, but they can change their code, I guess. Like they go rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors. Then like at a certain point they start to go like, okay, look, this isn't getting anywhere. And so both of them learn, like, what if we learn how to do paper, right? But then what if we only get stuck into paper? So we need variety, so we're also going to make scissors. But now we have these three things. So at least now, when we do it, we can have a battle that can end. Both of them have, like, grown to open up their strengths and their weaknesses in a way that the battle will end at some point. And they just, like, hope that they end up winning. So like, you know, that's my own interpretation of what a singularity evolving powers could mean. Like they didn't really go into it super heavily here, and they might when we come across Jeed again, or they might not, or they might like in many seasons time, who knows, or it might be something they only really cover in the books. Who absolutely knows. It is really interesting though, like whenever something happens in the show, people are like, okay, so this one's from this side story and this one's from this alternate novel or this manga or whatever. And it's like there's a lot of this story that's not just like generally with series, I feel like it's like, okay, season 1 adapts half of book 1, season 2 adapts like, you know, half of book the other half of book 1 and part of book 2, and like generally it's just like that. But this show so far, it's been like episodes 1 to 6 adapt this, and episode 7 to 9 adapt this, and episode 10 to 12 adapt to this whole other thing. And it's, you know, that's happening quite a lot with this series, which I think is very interesting. And I don't know if that's like a great thing or a bad thing necessarily, you know? Like there's part of that that's like really cool, because that's like it's almost its own version of a faithful adaptation, where it's like it's telling the story, but it's trying to take in every piece of the story that it can take in to expand it out and make it feel more fleshed out. But at the same time, like because of that, there are gonna be some things that feel incongruent with the story that's being told, maybe. Like those episodes that people were like, yeah, there's a reason that Atsushi was in these episodes but like didn't do anything, and it's weird that he's the main character because he wasn't in those stories originally, but when they're adapting it for this, they needed to put him in those stories, you know? So like because of that, like there are certain bits that may feel a little more strange, but because of that, the world also feels more fleshed out. So I think it's a good thing overall. It's just really interesting. I don't see many series do that when they're adapting stuff. But yeah, man, I hope what we find out is that Oda doesn't end up dying. He actually just ends up becoming a rider, which it is very funny that like this whole series is about riders. Like Bungo Stray Dogs is a series about riders. Like these characters are all based on riders. And so when this one character is like, ultimately my goal is to become a rider, that like means something, because it's like all of them are based on riders. So it's like it feels like that's the ultimate, and it feels like this story is a love letter to riders. And so this is like a rider's idea, like the writer of Bungo Stray Dogs, his idea of like, or his or her or they, I don't know the gender of the writer of this story, but their idea of like a ideal dream is to be a rider. It's like a beautiful dream. So I think that's really interesting. Anyway, that's Bungo Stray Dogs season 2 episode 3. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get next week's episode of Bungo Stray Dogs on there right now. Check out my Naruto reactions. I will see you next time. Goodbye.